Hi guys, it's me Nathan, and I just got home, and I'm gonna film a video for you because I have not filmed a video in like ages. I'm sorry that I've been gone for a while. I've just been really busy with stuff. Before this video starts, I just want to say that this video is gonna be very dark. It's not for the lighthearted. If you feel like this sub will like creep you out, make you like stay up at night, you don't have to watch it. You can click off like right now or whatever. If you feel like this video is not for you, you don't have to watch it. Whatever. This video is about a girl who was kidnapped and brutally tortured for 44 days. And it's like insane. All these names are in Japanese, so excuse me if I do pronounce them wrong. Junko Furuta was born on November 22nd, 1971 in Masato, Japan. I think that's how you say it. So she was in grade 11, attending Yashio Minami High School. I don't know if that's how you say it or not. I don't know. She was like a good girl. Like, she never smoked, she never drank, never did drugs, never did any of that. Until there was a boy named Hiroshi Mayano who had a crush on Junko, but she turned him down. This guy was like a school bully and had a connection to a Yakuza gang. I don't know how to pronounce it. So 3 days after she turned 17, which is November 25th, 1988, so she was leaving school and going home like how some people do. The weird thing is that she never made it home. What happened was that she was kidnapped by 4 teenage boys. The 4 boys were Mayana Hiroshi, who was 18 at the time, Minato Nobuharu, who was 16 at the time. I think that's how you say it, I don't know. Joe Kamisaku, who was 18 at the time, remember him. Wantabe Yasushi, who was 17 at the time. That's hard to pronounce. What these 4 boys did, they took her to Minato Nobuharu's parents' house in Adachi, Tokyo. So they went to Adachi, Tokyo, and they forced her to call her mom, saying like, "Oh, I just ran away and I'm with a friend and I'm safe." So the parents didn't have to like file like a missing persons case or anything, you know. The parents of Nobuharu like noticed that she was there, so Junko was forced to pretend that she was one of the kidnapper's girlfriends. The parents like got the thing like, "Oh, this girl's like kidnapped," but they didn't like do anything about it, which is like red flag number 1. Like, why wouldn't you do something about it? You know? This is where all the torture starts. The torturing began immediately for 44 days. 44 days of torture, isn't that crazy? So what happened to her? She was humiliated and naked most of the time. She was raped every day in the vagina and the anus. And it is said that more than 100 men had raped her. And it's estimated that she was raped over 400 times, but some websites say like over 500, but I'm just gonna say over 400. And then at one point she was raped by 12 different men in one day. It's fucking crazy. Remember how I said Hiroshi had a connection to this gang? I guess he had called the gang to like the house, and like 100 members or like men of the gang like showed up to the house, and they raped her, they urinated on her, they inserted foreign objects in her. These objects range from beer bottles to iron rods. One time there was firecrackers inserted into her anus and like they were set off. This is fucking crazy. She was even forced to like to masturbate in front of them to like turn like the rapists and the kidnappers on, which is really fucking disgusting. And so I'm just gonna read a whole list of what they did to her. This list is very, very graphic, and I haven't read all of it. Day 1, November 22nd, 1988, kidnapped. Kept captive in house and posed as one of boy's girlfriend. Raped over 400 times in total. Forced to call her parents and tell them she had run away. Starved and malnutrition. Fed cockroaches to eat and urine to drink. That's fucking disgusting. Forced to masturbate. Forced to strip in front of others. She was burned with cigarette lighters, and the fireworks were set off in her ears, her mouth, and her vagina. And foreign objects were inserted into her vagina/anus, including a still lit light bulb. Oh my god. Day 11, December 1st, 1988. Severely beat up countless times. Face held against concrete gown and jumped on. Oh my god. Hands tied to ceiling and body used as a punching bag until her damaged internal organs made blood run from her mouth. Nose filled with so much blood that she could only breathe through her mouth. Dumbbells dropped onto her stomach. Vomit when tried to drink water, her stomach couldn't accept it. She tried to escape and was punished by cigarette burnings on arms. Flammable liquid poured on her feet and legs and then lit on fire. A bottle inserted into her anus causing injury. Day 20, December 10th, 1988. Unable to walk properly due to severe leg burns. Beat with bamboo sticks. Fireworks inserted into anus and lit. Hands smashed by weights and fingernails cracked. Beaten with a golf club. Cigarettes inserted into vagina and forced to drink her own urine as they laughed. and foreign objects were inserted into her vagina/anus, including a still-lit light bulb. Beaten with iron rods repeatedly. Winter. Forced outside to sleep in balcony. Skewers of grilled chicken inserted into her vagina and anus, causing bleeding. One time she almost escaped. She tried calling the police or something, and then the boys caught her, and then they punished her by taunting her with a candle flame, and finally dousing her legs in lighter fluid and set her on fire as punishment for trying to run away. And then the boys thought she was having a seizure because she was in convulsions. And then they set her on fire again and then pulled her out, and then she survived that, which is fucking insane. Day 30. Hot wax dripped onto face. Eyelids burned by cigarette lighter. Stabbed with sewing needles in chest area. Left nipple cut into short with pliers. Hot light bulb inserted into her vagina. Heavy bleeding from vagina due to scissors insertion. Unable to urinate properly. Injuries were so severe that it took her an hour for her to crawl downstairs and use the bathroom. Eardrum severely damaged. Extreme reduced brain size. Day 40. Begged her torturers to kill her and get it over with. January 1st, 1989. Junko greets New Year's Day alone, and her body was mutilated, and she was unable to move from the ground. Day 44. January 4th, 1989. So for some reason, these boys let her play a game of Mahjong, and she won, and they were pissed off because she won. So they beat her body with iron barbells. I don't understand that. Why would you make her play a game of Mahjong? Maybe just to add to her torture, I don't understand. So anyways, as I was saying, they beat her with iron barbells. And then they poured lighter fluid on her legs, her arms, her face, and her stomach. And then she was lit on fire. And this lasted for 2 hours. Sadly, Junko died later that day. And so the next day, on January 5th, 1988, the killers had hid her body in a 55-gallon drum. And then they filled it with concrete and disposed of it in Koto, Tokyo. This is because they were very paranoid about getting caught by the police. That's some crazy, insane shit. When her mother found out about the news about her daughter, she had fainted, and then she was had to get psychiatry help. Somehow, I don't know how, but the boys were caught and then they were taken into court. So the Japanese court kept their names a secret, because they were minors at the time. I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but luckily Shuken Bunshen magazine journalists exposed their names. So they were tried as juveniles, but later they were sentenced as adults, and they pled guilty of murdering Junko. So Joe Kamisaki was sentenced for 8 years and 1 month in prison, and then he was released in August 1999. About 5 years later, in May 2004, he assaulted Taketoshi Aisano. He beat Aisano and shoved him to the trunk of his car, and then drove him to a bar, and then beat him for 4 hours. During the 4 hours, he threatened to kill him. He even said how he knew how to get away with the murder and how he had killed someone before. And the reason why he assaulted Aisano was because he thought he was having an affair with his girlfriend. I think it was an affair, I don't know. And then he was caught, and then he had a trial. Joe had admitted that he did assault Aisano, but he denied that he had ever referred to any previous murder, and denied threatening Aisano. And so he was sentenced 7 years in prison. And the crazy part about all of this is that the kidnappers are free. They spent their time in jail, and they're free. I feel like they should have got a lifetime in prison, or maybe even death penalty, but definitely a lifetime in prison. How fucked up in the brain are you to fucking torture somebody like that just because that she turned you down? That's fucking crazy. And so they had a funeral, and one of her friends said, Jun-chan, welcome back. I've never dreamed that we would see you again in this way. You must have been in so much pain, so much suffering. The happy we all made for the school festival looked really good on you. We'll never forget you. I have heard that the headmaster has presented you with a graduation certificate, so we graduated together, all of us. Jun-chan, there is no more pain, no more suffering. Rest in peace. Oh, that's fucking sad. Still, am kind of frustrated that these kidnappers are free out in the world with people and not locked up in jail. That's insane to me. All I can say is I'm glad that Junko is no longer suffering and that she's in heaven. It's very unfortunate that she had to die in this horrible, horrible, brutal way. But I'm really relieved that she is in heaven. She is in peace. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Stay safe, guys. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.